for his kind words. I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. Thank you, Mr. President. We would like to thank Tor Venesland for the detailed briefing on the situation in the Middle East peace process. The overall improvement of the situation in the Middle East is impossible without solving the Palestinian issue. As was stated, as was shown by the voting in the General Assembly on the yearly thematic resolutions, the absolute majority of the members of the international community are united in their resolve to handle this issue, to resolve this issue. Given the absence of the prospects for the resumption of the peace process, this flashpoint of tension is something that is showing, that gives concerns about violence. And against this background, the May flashpoints of the violence on the West Bank and the areas in the Arab areas have shown us that. We also show that there was violence in the old city of Jerusalem, which resulted in a damage and wounded. And we call for parties to refrain from violence. This is being complicated by the unilateral steps which are shown in random arrests, violation of the status of holy sites, incitement to violence, demolitions, etc. The last report by the Secretary General about the implementation of Resolution 2334 shows a very poor statistics in this regard. In particular, we are concerned about what was said at the end of October when the Israeli leadership said that they have plans to resume, after a short hiatus, the building of illegal settlements on the West Bank and also to double by 2026 the number of settlers in the Jordan River Valley. We call upon the parties to resume the peace process on the international legal basis, which includes the two-state solution formula. In order to do that, parties need to give up on the provocations and unilateral steps which give two irreversible facts on the ground. An important condition to overcoming the practice here is overcoming the rift in the inter-Palestinian rift on the basis of the PLO. We continue be ready to hold a meeting in Moscow, a unifying meeting in Moscow, once the leaders of the Palestinian political forces are ready to have a common approach and are ready to put this into a document. And we count on support on other interested parties, including our friends in Egypt. We continue our own contacts with the Palestinian and Israelis and other interested international players, including within the International Quartet. 1 month after the Prime Minister Bennett paid a visit to Russia on the 23rd of November, there was a meeting in Sochi between President Putin and Mahmoud Abbas. We, in principle, support the initiative launched by the President of Palestine on an international conference on the Palestinian issue. We intend to continue our active work with our quartet partners. The most recent VTC with them was on the 10th of December. Our initiatives to increase the effectiveness of this mediation mechanism are well known, and they remain on the table. We attach a great deal of importance to comprehensive humanitarian assistance to the needy on the West Bank and in the Gaza Strip and the Palestinian refugees in neighboring Arab countries. After the escalation of violence in May, we're thinking that the most topical issues are the issues of this continuing with the ceasefire and the humanitarian assistance to all Palestinians, first and foremost in the Gaza. And in this regard, we support the efforts of all specialized international organizations, including UNRWA. During the international conference in support of UNRWA in Brussels on 16th of November, we announced that we intend to continue funding the agency. And the funding will be in the form of voluntary contributions to the agency budget over the upcoming 5 years. We think it extremely important for UNRWA to be able to continue unimpeded its comprehensive humanitarian assistance to the millions of Palestinian refugees in the Middle East. Mr. President, in conclusion, and given that this is our last official meeting of the Council this year, we would like to express our gratitude to you and the entire delegation of Niger for the high-level presidency that you have held in the month of December. I would like also to use this opportunity and thank your delegation, the delegation of Vietnam, Tunisia, Estonia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the interaction you have shown during your presence on the Security Council, including on the issue we're discussing today. I thank you. I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement.